Good afternoon everyone, this is Chrissy. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today as I share my finished projects for the K3n stitch along that I'm doing this year. And before I get into it, thank you again K3n for taking us through this and for all we're learning from you. My book is starting to get lovely and chunky now. Definitely not going to get 52 weeks worth in it, but I'll address that when I get to the end of this one. So again, I jump all over my book. I don't put them in order, so I've marked them here. This was the first week of May, and I got behind this month, and I've only just managed to catch up now. So this was week 1 in May, and this was inspired by, we were celebrating imperfections, that's right. And this is inspired by the Japanese kintsugi, where they will mend pottery and china with gold. You may have seen that. I don't know a great deal about it, but K3n goes into things in way more detail than I'm able to explain to you. So if you're interested, if you don't already know, I'll put all the details below for K3n's channel and the information. And she's a very interesting lady, and we're learning a lot from her. Well, I am anyway. So I didn't have any gold fabric. This was the closest I had to gold, so I featured this colour quite a bit throughout my book, so I've just used that. And in my mind, this was like the old beautiful old, I imagined it in my mind as an old chintz teacup with a crack in it that had been mended with gold. So yes, finding beauty in imperfection. Week 2 was, this was to address the issue of being overwhelmed by stash, and we were to imagine we were going somewhere like a desert island or a place of, that we would like to go, beside the sea or beside a river or desert island or whatever. And I chose, in my mind, my place was a cabin in the forest, in the woods and5 So we were only allowed to take 8 pieces with us, and so mine were these 5 pieces of fabric, some thread, a needle and scissors, and we were to imagine being on a desert island or place of our choice. I've told you that. And so I could imagine, in my mind, I was in the trees, among the trees, just enjoying the beauty of nature and the peace and quiet, and just stitching away and enjoying that. So that was my interpretation there. For week 3, it was borrow inspired, and we worked without a foundation piece and just stitched scraps of fabric to create a piece. And K3n mentioned that the thread is like the scaffolding, and I thought that was a good description. Building up cloth, trying not to make anything beautiful, purely thinking about structure of the cloth and creating something, if it wasn't just a little scrap, would be useful. So yes, just putting little scraps of fabric together and patching it to make a piece, doing whatever necessary to get the pieces joined together. So again, if you want to find out more about that, K3n does have quite a lot of detail about that on her channel, and she explained that boro means rags and sashiko means stitch. So that was that one. I love the feel of it. It has a really lovely feel to it. So for the 4th week of May, comfort cloth was the subject of our week this week, and that often means a blanket, and so featuring a piece of wool blanket and blanket stitch. Well, mine does. It's why I featured this wool blanket is that I thought, you know, blanket stitch, wool blanket. And when I went to my bag of wool blanket pieces, I found that I had already blanket stitched around this shape here. At one point I was going to use it in another project, but I decided against it, so that was just ideal to use. And then this centerpiece here is blanket stitch done in a circular way instead of linear, and I've blanket stitched around this little patch here as well, and done a little bit of darning up here on that patch, and that is just so soft, that wool blanket, it's beautiful. And then I put it on that page where I've also got another piece of the like a spider's web, and that was this week we did the Trixie fabrics. So that is my May's projects for the stitch along, and thank you again, K3n. Thank you for everyone for taking time to watch and comment, and I'll see you in June for my June's attempts. Bye now.